with you at its center.
Yo, mic test 1 2 1 3. What's up, everybody? What's going on? B-Boy Tips from Forgotten Styles Crew, Funky Surfbots, my exes, it's all skill. Welcome to my live stream on twitch.tv/B-Boy Tips. So today I have a very special live stream for you guys. We're going to be having a sponsor stream. Yes, it's another sponsor stream here. Very excited to be having a sponsored stream here. This is my third one I've done here on Twitch so far, since I'm a partner on twitch.tv, and I have successfully got invited to another sponsor stream, and this sponsor stream is for, drumroll please, Snowbreak Containment Zone. That's right, Snowbreak Containment Zone. If you guys haven't heard of this game before, it's a 3D waifu sci-fi RPG shooter. That's right, so our sponsor stream today is going to be about Snowbreak Containment Zone. So, since this is a official sponsored stream, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors. So this stream segment is sponsored by Amazing CSUN Games. Alright. So thank you so much to Amazing CSUN for sponsoring my live stream here on twitch.tv. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for the opportunity. So let's go ahead and let's talk a little bit about what Snowbreak Containment Zone is. So Snowbreak Containment Zone is a 3D anime waifu shooter like no other, and it's celebrating its 2.5 anniversary, combining stylish gunplay with deep character-driven storytelling. Snowbreak features fully modeled anime characters, intimate 3D interactions, and emotional romance arcs, offering an experience rarely seen in shooter or gacha games. Combat is fast, flashy, and stress-free. Gorgeous skill effects and smooth shooting make battles easy to pick up and satisfying to play, letting players enjoy the thrill of mowing down enemies without high mechanical pressure. The game is free to download and fully cross-platform on PC, iOS, Android, Steam, and Epic, with shared progression across all platforms. This update brings massive beginner rewards, including 130 pulls, a free SSR character and weapons, and 3 free outfits, making it easy to build a strong team from the start. A newly upgraded prologue helps new players quickly catch up on the story and jump straight into the latest content. This update reintroduces Covenant, an exclusive content only available during major anniversaries milestone. Covenant allows the player, to form a formal lifelong bond with select operatives through cinematic storytelling and interactive 3D scenes, offering a high level of emotional immersion far beyond standard affection systems. Snowbreak is known for its generous model, 100% guarantee on feature banners, one free limited SSR character every update, daily tasks completed in about 1 minute, event rewards are easy to earn with no grind pressure. So, now that we've talked about a little bit about Snowbreak Containment Zone, I hope you look forward to playing the game for yourself sometime and give it a try. A few things for me. I do love that it's a third-person shooter, and it's also a 3D waifu third-person shooter as well. So that's something I really like about it. So the graphics for the game, I think, are very good, and the gameplay is very fun as well. Also, one of my favorite characters, Life, is in the game, so I really like that part as well too. Life is one of my favorite characters, and I really like that part about it as well. So, just a few things about me I wanted to share with you about why you should play Snowbreak Containment Zone, because there's a third-person shooter, it's a waifu game as well too, and one of my favorite characters, Life, is in the game, so I really do like those things. So, without further ado, though, we're going to be playing the game for about an hour here on my Twitch stream on twitch.tv/bwaytips, and I would like to get started with the game. I'm very excited to play, to do the sponsored stream today, so let's go ahead and move on over to the game. Alright, so here we are at the game screen. As you can see here, we're in the lobby or the main menu screen.
It's like drawing a circle.
And there's Life, the character that I really like in this game. I actually have her as an SSR already, and I have her upgraded or leveled up already to level 20. I'm actually in the, I guess, the prologue of the story, and I was able to unlock her, and I have her leveled up so far. So, really cool. So, thank you very much to Amazing Sea Sun Games for sponsoring my stream. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Alright, so we're getting our log 1 bonuses now. I did play a little bit earlier to kind of get myself ready here for the stream, and we just made it in time for the login bonus. So there you go, an example of the rewards that you can claim and get today for playing the game. So pretty good stuff. So I would like to continue with the main story, and let's go ahead. I already done Hearts and Harmony already to 100%, so we've already done this part. So I think the next thing the tutorial, the story gave me, was to go to Abyssal Dawn. It has a special stage there. Here we go, we have Premonition. SP5-1 Premonition. Objectives: no operatives forced to retreat, no more than one operatives retreat, and complete mission within 600 seconds. Enemy level 14. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go in. We got 2 trial characters at level 15, and we have my character at level 20. Okay, so let's go ahead and change this character I have now for Life, because I really like that I have her unlocked already to go for my Snowbreak Containment stream, and let's get started. There is the 2.5 anniversary wallpaper. We saw this earlier when we were talking about the game. Now, I've always been very curious about Snowbreak since it's released. I haven't had the chance to sit down and play it, so this is really my first impression of Snowbreak Containment Zone, and so far I really like it a lot. Of course, I do like that it is a third-person shooter. I like playing lots and lots of third-person shooters. I have lots of those games, so my skill in playing them and playing this game was easy to transfer over. But I really like the gameplay for Snowbreak Containment Zone.
A research base? More like some ancient temple. Hear that? Something's up ahead. Let's move, Agate. I'll take point.
Drag it down. They have reinforcements.
Alright, so here we are at the first stage. Let's go ahead and just eliminate the enemies. We gotta kill 10 of them. We should be able to do this easy because Life is already leveled up, and she's pretty strong already, so we should be able to beat this, no problem.
Objective complete.
There you go.
Awaiting orders.
So that was the first part. I thought it was the whole mission, but I guess there's still more to go to. Let's follow the waypoint and see where it takes us. Oh, the environment too. The worlds that we're visiting here are pretty good in this game as well too.
Probably an ambush waiting for us. But with you here, I'm not afraid of anything. Alright, let's show what we're made of.
It's a good combo of methodical or mythology and fantasy.
Footprints just stop here. With supplies. Wait. Does this mean the
Let's
reader's
use our ultimate here with live. I always use this move. It's my favorite ultimate.
Ready.
She just destroys everything on screen. Nothing survives after she does this.
This is useless. Weakness exposed.
Alright, perfect. We needed 11 enemies and we can try to reach the objective now.
Objective complete. Awaiting
Objective
orders.
completed, huh? So that should be it. Alright, mission complete. Not bad for the first stage here. And I like that we're diving straight into the action
put
here.
an end to the storm.
I love showing
Just as you
gameplay
wish.
or checking out gameplay for this kinds of stuff. So I love going straight into the game. The gameplay is very important to me. I really like it. Alright, so we got some story here. We fought our way through wave after wave of enemies, finally reaching the end path. Newborn Titan. Not a single human was in sight in the palace before the elevator shaft. Instead of massive energy pulsed erratically in the air, its eerie glow twisting and writhing as it slowly took shape. It changed. Surrounding enemies seemed drawn to the anomaly, flocking toward it like moths to a flame. I didn't slow down, shooting Natalia a knowing look. She clenched her fist and with a sharp mechanical whir, the robotic arms on her back unfolded. Leave the small fry to me. Quiet. Without warning, several glowing energy ribbons shoot up from beneath the ground. Reacting instantly, Nita shifted her stance, deploying her mechanical arms into a solid shield between me and the ribbons. Wait. In her rush to protect me, she had overlooked one small detail. This wasn't an ambush, or rather, it wasn't aimed at us. Those ribbons weren't meant to ensnare or strike. They were conduits for channeling energy, and the target at their focal point was the Newborn Titan. The Newborn Titan. A deafening boom ripped through the area as a massive energy beam erupted from the point where the ribbons converged, slicing straight through the Titan. Taking advantage of the opening, I locked onto its core and hurled a grenade. A bold, teasing laugh sliced through the night air. I looked up, drawn to its source, her gaze sharp and predatory, gleaming as if she had just locked onto fresh prey. Perched atop a towering pile of rubble, she lounged effortlessly, one leg crossed over the other, the top of her boot tapping lightly as if keeping time to an unheard beat. A swirling ribbon of energy coiled between her fingers, its crimson sheen accentuating her cold, striking feature, beautiful, deadly. With the flick of her wrist, the energy ribbon snapped down, her icy red lips curved into an inscrutable smile.
おい、人のこと聞く前にまず自分から名乗るのが筋ってもんだろ。
第五研究所イエロッ社ニューガントラ。この間だと北底営にあるジケの屋敷か。
She ignored Nita completely.
今まで数々の地獄を乗り越えてきたはずだ。
She tilted her head slightly, her piercing gaze slicing through me like a blade, as though silently
死
asking,
へのせめての敬意すらなくしたのか。
I didn't flinch. Instead, I met her gaze head on, a quite assured smile tugging at my lips. Appreciate the compliment, but let's get one thing straight. So far, I haven't felt even the slightest threat of death. For a split second, surprise flickered in her eyes, only to melt into something more unreadable. Amusement, intrigue, maybe even fascination. She rose to her feet with effortless grace. Her heels clicked against the rubble, each step measured, deliberate, closing the distance between us.
ネリーだよ。アクロポリス学院の首席調査員だ。
With a subtle nod and a fleeting glint of approval, she extended her hand, palm up, as if offering an invitation. But I knew better. This wasn't just a friendly gesture. It was a test, an unspoken challenge.
ネリーだ。
Nia saw through her too. She stepped in front of me, positioning herself as a shield, her glare as sharp as a blade unsheathed.
分析員に何か度が過ぎたことをしたらただじゃおかねえから。
The air grew heavy with tension, pressing in around them. I let out a slow, measured breath. Give Nita's shoulder a reassuring pat. At the same time, take Nerda's hand. Okay, give Nita's shoulder a pat. So let's cut to the chase. Nerida, we accept your cooperation request. Both of them froze for a moment, but Nerida quickly regained her composure. Well, this mission is to recover.
回収するまで退屈しなさそうだ。
She cast Nita a fleeting, frosty
こんな
glance.
彼氏がいるとは幸運だな。
彼氏？そうだよ。羨ましいだろ。
Even though she tried to play it cool, the bright red of her earlobes betrayed
な
her.
らこうしよう。
She tightened her grip on my hand, making her intent unmistakably clear.
分析員、任務を終えたら一緒にアクロポリス学院に来てほしい。
それはまず私を通してもらうよ。
Before I could respond, Nita clenched her fist, stepping in to answer on my behalf. At that, Nerida let out a quiet chuckle, released my hand, and turned her attention back to the Titan remains.
冗談だ。忘れてくれ。そうだ。一応聞くが、こいつの処理は私に任せてくれないか。
Go ahead. I didn't stop her. Instead, I watched closely, waiting to see what she would do next. Taking a deep breath, she stretched out her hand towards the still flickering mass of energy. Then I saw something remarkable. The essence within the depleted Titangen surged toward her, pouring her into her body like waves crashing onto shore.
食事に誘ってほしいのか？
Noticing my gaze, she turned, her lips curling into a playful smirk. Then it hit me. She must be like those half manifestations in the military. Essentially, they harness Titagen to push the limits of human potential. However, do you realize the consequences of what you're doing?
バカを言え。どうなるかは百も承知だ。ここまで来ているお前ならよくわかっているはずだ。強者たる者、己の命以外にもたくさん背負わなくちゃならない。
An unexpected response, yet the sincerest in her eyes made it hard to doubt. To confirm my suspicions, I closed my eyes and focused on the energy she was giving
あん
off.
たみたいな人アクロポリス学院にはまだまだいるってこと？じゃあ彼女たちは
惜しいがそんな彼女たちはいない。
She closed her eyes, her gray lashes fluttering slightly, casting soft shadows beneath them. Her lips held their usual poised curve, yet a subtle wistfulness flickered in her grace.
この道に踏み入ってこの力を使いこなせたのは最初から最後まで私一人だ。待たせたね。
After a long while, as the last traces of depleted Titagen faded, Nerida and I opened our eyes at the same time. Let's move on, Nerida. You still have the comm station, don't you? Earlier, while tracking her, we found out more than just footprints. There were deep drag marks, clear evidence that she had been hurling something heavy.
おお、鋭い観察眼を持っているようだ。
With a slight curl of her finger, an energy ribbon lashed forward, yanking a steel crate from beneath the rubble.
汚染源はもう排除されたわけだ。ここに置いておこう。
ここに？
Yes, it is close to the lift and surrounded by solid cover, easy to defend, hard to breach. I looked around and nodded in agreement. She was right. Once the comm station was set up, we stepped into the lift leading down to the seafloor. The location of the confinement serum, our objective. It was also the most heavily contaminated place in the area after the Titan descent. And if my instincts were right, a large Titan would be waiting for us down there. The cramped elevator intensified the scent around me. Summer's golden fruit on one side, winter Salem pines on the other, both filling my senses at once. I stood between them, their contrasting notes intertwining yet never blending. Suddenly, a glint of metal caught my eye. Pinned to Nerida's chest was a small insignia, its shape distinct and unmistakable. I recognized it instantly. It was Yirus, aerospace badge. You're from Yirus.
ああ、
Her hand brushed over the badge, fingers lingering on the star-shaped mark as if reaching for a
と
long-forgotten
いうよ
memory.
りだった。もう昔のことだから。
That explained a lot. Earlier, as I watched her absorb the energy, something felt off. The Titan Gen was cording her nerves. She could slow the damage by continuously drawing in its energy, and outwardly, there were no visible symptoms. But unlike my ability to convert Titagen energy, all she did was substitute. Put simply, it was like replacing bricks in a fortress wall one by one with fragile glass. Sooner or later that wall would collapse. And I was certain that she knew it. In truth, the one who had walked through hell and back countless times and lost all of fear of death wasn't me, it was her. The soft hum of the elevator was reminiscent of the northern winds. Winds that carried echoes of a distant past. Just like the people of Yerus, who spent their lives battling natural disasters, oppression, and fate itself. Nerida too bore the weight of life with no other options. Let's go to the next stage here. So on SP5-2. See if I can select a new character. I'm gonna go with Winter Solstice because Yao. I think I like this character, Winter Solstice Yao, so I'm gonna deploy her as well too into my group. So I have two characters I really like. I really like Life and Yao. Those two are my favorite characters so far. Alright, let's see what's waiting for us here on this stage. Let's see here. I'm gonna switch to Life again.
Too. Thought we only had to deal with the change.
Yeah, the Acropolis is combat zone. Almost, though. All within control. Target down.
The enemy's breached the system. The door up ahead is locked. Just a moment. I'll handle this.
Hold your position. Ready.
What's this?
An interactive hacking program. Stay sharp. I'm breaking through the firewall.
Let's put an end to
Here we
this.
go, Life's ultimate. Should kill everything here
This
in
is
the room.
useless. Ready.
Another one? You gotta be kidding me.
Enemy forces. Remember how they moved. There'll be more of them.
Really, really good ultimate.
Stay calm. Once we're through,
That's it? We're in already. Damn, gotta hand it to the Acropolis's tech. Adjutant, you hear that? Something's down there.
See his chest there, but I can't open it. Try pressing E and F on it. They don't work.
can't hurt us.
Too slow.
Melt away, all of you.
Alright, let's move forward then.
An opportunity. Our cooperation will guarantee success.
Phil, I'll bury you.
Timing is everything. We're just getting started. That's it. I didn't even break a sweat. I'll leave this to you.
Get back! Still in one piece, you two?
The battle's over. Isn't there anything more challenging?
Alright, very nice. We completed the stage and we finished the objectives as well too. Very, very good.
大変なことになったじゃん。海底実験所につながる通路が断たれちゃったよ。
No, it's not the only way. Narita, can you pull up the facility structural map? Narita didn't respond. She simply stared at the collapsed tunnel with her expression unreadable, as if she lost in thought. Narita, right. The sound of my voice seemed to pull her back. Without a word, she closed her eyes, then lifted a hand to brush back the loose strands from her forehead. And just like that, her composure returned. She met my gaze and gave a slight nod.
海底実験場につながる道は他にもある。リグ中央の大リフトを使えばまっすぐ海底にたどり着ける。
But there's a catch, isn't there?
ちゃんと情報収集しておいたようだな。エレベーターを動かすためには大量のエネルギーの他に AI システムカローンの承認も必要だ。
Charon's sea base was originally designed to develop an AI system capable of ensuring human safety in extreme environments. The result of this research was Charon, an advanced AI system. However, its development was shut down for violating the ban on sentient AI. At the time, Yggdrasil exerted heavy pressure on the Academica Aeropolis to terminate the project, but not everyone wanted to comply. Resistance flared among the researchers, and before long, it escalated into a full-blown riot. In the end, the faction advocating for containment prevailed. Using the confinement serum, a specialized Titanogen inhibitor, they successfully severed Charon's power supply. With that, the partnership fell apart. Per the agreement all research, confinement serum was sealed away in the seafloor lab. The official story framed it as a lab accident caused by an AI malfunction. As I was mentally reviewing the confidential files Caroline had sent me, a sudden beep snapped me out of my thoughts.
あれ、分析員の私の端末も鳴ってる。
All three of us reached for our terminals at the same time.
内容は座標のみのようだが。
私を捨てないで。まだ守りたい。
救難信号だ。
ここへ来る前も似たような信号を受け取ったよね。
なら確かめに行こう。
Nerda and I spoke at the same time. It could be a trap, but if we move in, we might get closer. We might get a closer look at whoever's pulling the strings behind the scenes.
そうだね。ビビってもしょうがないし、相手がロザンでもエッタでも罠を仕掛けてこようものなら、こっちから乗っかってあいつを引っ張り出してぶっ潰してやる。
For the first time, we were completely on the same page. Besides ignoring those in need, isn't how we do things at Heimdall? Maybe she didn't even realize it herself, but when Nerda looked at me again, there was a newfound glint of approval, perhaps even admiration in her gaze. After a long trek, we finally reached the coordinates from the signal. It was dimly lit, abandoned storage room. At its center stood a massive metal cabinet, its indicator lights flickering like faint fireflies in the dark.
信号はこのロッカーから出てるよ。鍵がかかってるみたいだけど。
Without a word, Nerida stepped past Nita and keyed in a sequence of
パス
numbers.
ワードを確認しました。使用権限の確認のため、遺伝子データを提出してください。
Without hesitation, she bit her fingertip and let a drop of blood fall onto the sample collection dish.
認証完了。解錠する権限を確認できませんでした。
Allow me. I placed a hand on Nerda's shoulder, signaling for her to step aside. Her eyes widened in shock. An understandable reaction. No one would expect me to have any connection to a piece of technology from the Academica Aeropolis. What she didn't know, however, was that for someone like me, bypassing a biometric authentication system was nothing more than child's
認
play.
証完了。使用権限を確認しました。
With a smooth mechanical hum, the cabinet door slid open. And there, standing before us, was a petite figure, a girl with hair as white as freshly fallen snow, draped in an immaculate white dress. Draped in an immaculate white dress.
女の子？
いや、ヒューマノイドの類だろう。
What Nerida meant was likely a robotic construct, but unlike traditional robots, a synthetic structure and systems are far closer to those of a living
これ
being.
本当に数十年前に作られたものなの？喋った。
勘違いじゃないといいですが、皆さんは人間ですよね。
Her voice trembled as she spoke, timid and uncertain. Confusion, hesitation, and fear, emotions not typically associated with a synthetic, felt undeniably real in this little girl. Yeah. I give it a moment's thought before nodding, then, easing my grip on my half-drawn weapon, I let it slide back into its holster. The tension in her voice melted away as she exhaled deeply, a hint of joy crossing her face.
さっきの救難信号送ったのはあんたなの？
救難信号？あ、もしかしてスリープ中に送っちゃったんですか？
人間じゃないことを自覚しているんだな。
Clearly, Nerida had the same question on her mind, though she was a bit too blunt about it.
私はアクロポリス学院が開発したヒューマノイドです。
She didn't seem to mind that insensitive remark. In fact, she straightened up and even patted her chest with a hint of pride. And besides that, what else do you remember? Like, how did you end up here? Who put you in this cabinet? She closed her eyes as if straining to recall distant memories, just like a human girl might.
悪いことをしちゃってここに閉じ込められたってこと以外は何も。
Another dead end then.
でも一つだけはっきり覚えていることがあります。
The girl took a step forward and then, before anyone could react, she reached out and took my hand.
私の使命で私の願いです。
Her sapphire eyes simmered, reflecting emotions too complex to name.
永遠に人類を守りたいです。たとえその代償がこの命であってもです。だからお別れの時が来るまで私を捨てないでください。
The Jara system was designed to protect humankind. So even you don't know anything about her, Nerida?
さあな、さっぱりだ。
Before long, we had resurfaced with the mysterious girl in tow. After double-checking, triple-checking, even Nerida confirmed that there was no record of this synthetic in the database. Her presence hadn't answered any of our questions. If anything, it had only raised
ただ
more.
一つだけ言えよう。こいつには間違いなくカローンが搭載されている。
カローンの力でこの基地で私は何でもできるのです。
And just like that, she put on a little show, casually swinging the automatic door open and shut with nothing but a thought. Would you be willing to help us?
私は人類を助けるために作られたんですから。
それじゃあ中央リフトを動かしてみてくれない？
承知です。任せてください。
すっごい揺れてる。もしかしてできたの？
But before we could celebrate, her body suddenly went limp, like a balloon losing air.
ダメだった。
That's fine, don't beat yourself up. She slumped into my arms, guilt clouding her expression. I gave a reassuring shake of my
エ
head.
ネルギーの問題だろう。あれから何年も経ったんだ。かろうじて動いている風力発電機だけではリフトは満足に動かん。
Shouldn't be a problem. There should be a storage room with emergency power cells deeper inside the facility. If we could gather those and give the lift a proper recharge. Just as that thought crossed my mind, a soft stomach growl rumbled through the room.
分析員、お腹空いたの？
A little, but that wasn't me.
ひひ。じゃあ、誰かさんだな。
腹が空いたら隠さず言うタイプだ。
Then another rumble came, which much louder this time. We all turned towards the mysterious girl.
ごめんなさい。まだ我慢できますので気にしないでください。
She clutched her stomach, clearly trying not to be a burden. Right, synthetics could get hungry too. Might as well take a break, it's getting late anyway. We'll need to collect the power cells, so let's just set up a temporary camp here first for some rest.
そうだね。物資は全部飛行機の方にあるから、今から持ってくるね。
I'll start clearing the area then.
私も手伝います。
Her bare feet pattered softly against the ground as she hurried to my side, lifting a chunk of rubble with her tiny hands. Ah, so it wasn't just in my head. This girl really liked me for some reason. Meanwhile, Nerida remained silent. She simply turned and reached into the steel crate containing the comm station, pulling out another package.
こんなところで新鮮な果物と見るからにうまそうなヨーグルトが食べられるなんて。
After some effort, we finally had our makeshift camp set up. And Nerida's mysterious package had turned out to be a massive stash of sweet snacks.
分析員に免じてお前たちにも味わわせてやろう。精神の安定と体力の維持のために糖分は必要不可欠だからな。
やったじゃん。
こういう時はそう言うんですね。じゃあ
The girl mumbled to herself. Mimicking Anita's enthusiasm, she threw her arms up in an exuberant cheer, as if the warmth of the campfire and the scent of the sweet desserts filled the air. Our differences quietly melted away. By the way, we still don't know your name.
私のこと？
Yeah, do you remember it?
やっぱり思い出せません。そもそも名前なんてないかもしれませんし。
A trace of disappointment crossed her face. In that case, how about we come up with one for you?
分析員お兄さんがつけてくれるならもちろん喜んで。
She looked up, her wide eyes glowing with a faint blue light. Honestly, I wasn't the best at coming up with names, but it looked like I'd have to give it my best shot. After a quick look around, I made my decision. Yogurt. Let's call you Yogurt.
ヨーグルトから取った名前か。
ヨーグルト。 夜。
That's not what I meant. You don't like it?
いえ、とっても気に入っています。皆さん、ヨーグルトが好きなようだし、私もみんなに好かれるようになりたいです。ありがとうございます、分析員お兄さん。
Well, yogurt isn't exactly a person, but sure. Oh, and don't forget to thank Miss Nerida. She's the one who was kind enough to share her yogurt with everyone. At the sound of her name, Nerida set down her utensils and glanced over.
ネリーダさんもありがとうございます。
気にするな。
With a brief glance at yogurt, she returned to quietly slicing up her fruit.
また冷たいモードに入っちゃった。まあいいか。それより分析員、私のヨーグルトを食べてみてよ。特納フレーバーなんだってさ。
Nita scooped up a generous spoonful of yogurt and leaned in, holding it up to her lips. Or my lips. Thanks, Nita. The moment it touched my tongue, a rich, creamy sweetness bloomed across my palate.
ちょっと待ってね。
Before I could properly savor the taste, Nita brushed her thumb against the corner of my mouth, wiping away a stray bit of yogurt. Then right in front of me, she slipped the yogurt-streaked finger between her lips, giving it a slow, playful lick.
ますます甘くなったみたい。
She beamed, warm, radiant, and full of life, like the first golden light of dawn. After the meal, bedtime followed soon after. Carefree as ever, Anita fell asleep almost instantly, wrapping herself around my arm. Next to us, yogurt breathing was soft and steady, deep in sleep as well. My eyes were shut, but my mind remained alert. Across the room, Nerida was also awake. In the silence, the sound of her heartbeat grew more distinct. Then, as if making sure we were asleep, she slowly got up. A faint rustle followed as she moved toward the door. She paused for a moment, then gently pushed it open and slipped outside.
分析員、ついていく気？
In the darkness, Nita opened her eyes. She cupped my face in her hand, a flicker of insecurity in her gaze. Of course not. I'm going to check on her, that's all. I gave her a reassuring smile. You see it too, don't you? She's not our enemy.
わかってるよ。でも、もうあんまり待たせないで。
Yep, definitely a little jealous. I'll be back soon, I promise. I give her a cheek, a gentle pinch, reassuring her.
気をつけて行ってきて。せっかく分析員と二人きりなのに、そばにいてくれないと寂しいよ。
She slipped her arm out from under the blanket, lifting her hand in the air, waiting for our usual high five. Take her hand and... I pressed my lips against hers. Her breath hitched, her whole body tensing. Then, in the next moment, she gave in, melting into me. She was flustered, overwhelmed, yet undeniably content. Then, at least, she released a slow, steady breath, as if she had finally grasped something she had been reaching for all along. To me, Nita wasn't just family, nor she was simply the bro who always had my back. She was the girl who made my heart race. That night, at the highest point of the sea base, Nerida stood alone, her gaze lost in the distant sky, as if searching for something long gone. Her slender silhouette looked so lonely, so sorrowful, a stark contrast to the proud, aloof woman she had always been when we first met. At the sound of approaching footsteps, she spoke first.
まだ寝ないのか?
I'm not used to sleeping with someone watching me. And what about you? Wandering off to a place like this? Don't tell me you're immune to the cold. The wind's picking up tonight. Give her your coat. Here, put this on. She hesitated for a moment before accepting the coat, draping it over her shoulders.
よくわからんやつだな。
Draping it around her shoulders. What's your game here?
さっきはあれだけ無関心な顔をしていたのに、今度は優しさを振る舞ってくるか。なんだ？もう駆け引きを始めているのか？
We're in this together, so it wouldn't hurt to get to know my mission partner better.
そんなことお前には必要ないのでは。
What do you mean? She stared straight into my eyes, speaking with absolute self-assurance, as though stating an undeniable, universal truth.
お前ほどの強者な
I
ら
figured
それらしく
someone
もっ
is
と身勝手に振る舞うかと思っていたが。
Don't project your own pattern onto me? I chuckled, shaking my head. Besides, I'd phrase it differently. Following one's heart isn't a privilege reserved for the strong. Everyone has something they cherish deeply, and with that comes not just the right but the responsibility to stand up and fight for it. Her brow twitched as if my words reminded her of something buried deep.
この子を東の港まで送り届けて、そこにいるアクロポリス学院の調査員に引き渡してちょうだい。それからこの子が安全にイエロ社から出られることを約束して。
何も変わらないのにか。
For a split second, her fingers gripped the edge of my coat. Her knuckles nearly turned white.
甘ったるい考えだ。
Her words were cold, yet beneath her lashes a warm glow flickered. After some time,
さて、そろそろ帰るか。
she loosened the coat around her shoulders, opening it just enough for me to step in beside her, a silent invitation to share its warmth. Step closer to her.
お前の言う通りなのかもしれん。
Through the fabric, I could feel the steady rhythm of her pounding heart and its growing warmth. About what?
今夜の風は冷たいって話だ。
Somewhere deep within a heart longed, walled off from the world, something was stirring, ready to reshape its very core. Alright, so that was a bit of the Abyssal Dawn story. I'm gonna go ahead and move to operations now. And let's try to get some materials or spend our energy by playing in the operations. Let's do a little bit of farming.
Just give the order. We'll take care of this quick. Ready. Enemy forces. Ready. Let's put an end to this.
So we eliminate 16 enemies here.
This is useless. Objective complete. Awaiting orders.
And there we go. It's done. Should be it. Yeah, mission complete. Let's do the next one after on easy
Nothing
and
can
see
stop us. Adjutant.
if we get some progress or some progression or levels from that, or just beating the stages. Okay, I did get some XP for my level. That's a good thing. Yeah, I'm all about the progression. The progression stuff for me is something I really like. When a game has a progression system, I really like it. It's something I kind of obsess over. I am really curious about and drawn to sometimes, just to like find out more about a game's progression system. Sometimes I obsess over it so much that I feel like every game's gotta have a progression system.
Just give the order. We'll take care of this quick. Ready. They have reinforcements. All within control. Target down. Let's put an end to this. Enemy forces. Target down.
Alright, nice. Got all 20 enemies. Cool, so we cleared out all the operations. At least the ones that are available to us right now.
I'm here to put an end to the storm. Just as you wish.
Alright, we got to level 16. Very good. Alright, so we can't go into the other stages. We gotta finish the Abyssal Dawn. We have some combat trainings to do. Let's see how we should end. Let's see here. Maybe I can do an echo. Or I have something new. Oh look, here we go. Back from Bygone. Looks like we can get into the Back of Bygone events. Very cool. Let's see if we could end with an echo, I guess. Let's try this one. I'm gonna do 10 rolls of the celebration banner. Alright, let's see what we got.
I want to remember you. You're important to me.
Sirius, the goldfish. Very cool. It's a character I don't have. So you should do this as well too, the battle assembly. This will get you a... what is it, the SSR? Yeah, I think you'll get 1 SSR if you do the battle assembly. definitely do this too if you start playing. If you didn't know, you can get one of these characters, I think, if when you're completing and beating the game while you're playing through the game, you'll get enough tickets to do this. So I highly recommend to do it. And then also on top of that, completing tasks for your starter journey gives you materials, items, weapons, and stuff. Oh, there you go. See, I completed something. Yeah, I was trying to get this sniper rifle. Oh, I have a couple of things I can get. Let me see. See if we can do it here on stream. There's just a couple of stuff we finished. The rewards that we can claim after playing. Complete any personal foul action 1. Complete any stage in Gigalink 1 time. Unlocked after completing Abyssal Dawn stage and passage. Okay, so after beating the Abyssal Dawn, you'll get more stuff to open up in the game, and you can do those things after you beat the Abyssal. Which is what we were doing just now, that story where we met Yogurt. Alright, so I think this concludes our
Balancing this power.
stream. I think we got it down so far. So let me just double check and see, because I was only going to do this for about an hour, so I don't want to go over my time here. So let me double check and see. Alright, so I guess, yeah, we're good to go. So let me go ahead and wrap things up here and leave you guys with the outro, or the end of the stream. So thank you guys very much for tuning in and watching my live broadcast here on twitch.tv/bboytips. I am bboytips. I am the streamer here of twitch.tv/bboytips. And I'm Forgotten Styles Funky Servbots, and my X is It's All Skill. So, thank you so much to Amazing Sun Games. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for sponsoring my live stream here. I really am happy for Amazing Sun Games for giving me the opportunity to stream Snowbreak Containment Zone. It's a great game. I highly recommend for all of my viewers or subscribers, viewers, followers here to play this game and check it out for themselves, and check out the game for yourselves. Play it right now. Let's go to the page here, the web page here, so you guys can see it again. The 3D waifu sci-fi RPG shooter. Definitely check it out and play it for yourself. With that being said, thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I greatly appreciate it. See you guys next time. You guys know the deal. Later. See you guys later.
Look. I'm fine now. You don't need to worry.